Hello everybody and welcome back to another video for the day. We are heading back into r/AmITheDevil, and if you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. Also, if you guys would like to save 10% on your next order of gamer subs, use code Tommy at checkout, or click the link down below. It'll automatically apply the discount to the transaction, and it helps support the channel. Thank you. Am I the a-hole for refusing to move to France despite my wife and daughter wanting to? I'm a software engineer and self-employed. My wife is French and works for a large consulting company in the US. We have a 12-year-old daughter. A few months ago, our daughter developed a chronic condition. I don't want to name it, but she needs ongoing treatment. Her doctors initially recommended a particular treatment. Our insurance company denied coverage, saying that it wasn't the ideal first option and that we should try other treatments first. Her doctor strongly disagrees. She says the alternatives can help, but generally don't work as well long-term, and that the treatment she recommended is what she would prefer for our daughter. I'm skeptical. Maybe she's right, but doctors can be biased too. I have no idea whether she gets incentives or kickbacks from the treatment that she recommends. We tried one of the alternatives. Our daughter says that it causes side effects. Nothing catastrophic. She can still go to school, see friends, and function normally, but she says that she feels worse and keeps asking for the original treatment. The problem is that the original treatment is incredibly expensive without insurance. I paid for a week of it, and my daughter claimed it was perfect, but it could be placebo since she wanted it. My wife is French, so she looked into treatments in France. She says the treatment her doctor recommended would be covered there. She can also transfer to a French office of her consulting company. I could technically keep working remotely from France because I'm self-employed, but taxes would be higher. I'd have to deal with residency and visa paperwork, and there would be a lot of other bureaucracy. I also don't speak French and have no intention of learning. I've never wanted to live in France. I've refused to move. My position is that our daughter is getting treatment here. It's not like we're leaving her untreated. The alternative has side effects, but she is still functioning normally. And I don't think moving our entire family to another country is a reasonable response to an insurance disagreement. My wife thinks that I'm being selfish. She says that we're choosing to make our daughter deal with side effects because I don't want to be inconvenienced. Our daughter has also said that she wants to move to France because she wants the treatment without the side effects. I told her that it's not that simple. We'd have to deal with immigration, taxes, housing, work, and moving our entire lives. I don't think a 12-year-old gets to decide where a family lives based on one medical issue. My wife points out that she is willing to uproot her life because she thinks that this is what our daughter needs, while I'm basically saying I won't even learn French. So let me get this straight. You are doing this whole thing because you don't like the idea of something that is covered by your insurance and has no side effects compared to costs more and has side effects for your daughter, because you don't want to learn French. That, and also stating that the doctor will be getting some kind of financial kickback out of this. Yeah, that's not making any sense, dude. Relationship advice from me, 19M, about cheating on my ex, 19F. Hey, so my girlfriend, 19F, recently broke up with me, 19M, about a month and a half ago. She found out that I cheated on her for the third time since our relationship started. Every time it happened, it was in a party setting, and I did not have control over myself. She forgave me every time, and I didn't get any consequences. I finally got the realization this time that I had to get my stuff together. I really never wanted to cheat, but my environment made me careless. I stopped doing green or doing substances. and actually turned my life around these last couple of weeks. I want her to see it, but I just found out that she started dating someone new. I know that he's not half of what I am, but at least he hasn't hurt her, so even that is an upgrade. But she really lowered her standards for this guy. I also know that he is a distraction, but it still hurts. I am happy that she seems to be doing better, but I am so sorry for hurting her because it was never my intention. I started talking to a therapist to get help in understanding what made me cheat, and every time it happened, I was not feeling good mentally. I was in a period of smoking and selling, which made me prioritize other things at the time. I really thought that I would have time for the two of us later in life, so I didn't even think about losing her, and I really took her for granted. We had been together for about a year and 9 months. We had been on no contact since the breakup, and we both have been stalking each other online, which I thankfully stopped doing about 2 weeks ago, since I realized it was hurting me. I still have not removed any pictures or any of her stuff from my telephone, nor my room. I want her to know that I always did love her and wanted what was best for her, but I think I did not want what was best for myself. I was very self-destructive in my way of living, and I know I became a bad person for her during the relationship. It also feels very wrong to know that her last memory of me is this very negative version of myself, which we both hate. I want her to remember the good things, as well as even if it's an egotistical thing. I have grown in so many ways, and I want to see her, but I'm scared at the same time that this will change my view of her even more. When we met, I was the sweetest, most loving person ever, and I loved myself. I'm starting to forgive myself, but I don't know if I can do that completely if I don't see her become better. I want what is best for her, and seeing her become what she thought I was really hurts. With that, I mean that she goes out partying multiple times a week and just really started living destructively in general, and I feel it's all because of me, even if it, of course, is her choice. I just care about her so much, and seeing the amazing and happy person that she was start fading is really hurtful things. I know that she is still her, but she is not the same and probably never will be. I was devastated over the breakup, and now I'm starting to be okay with it. I still love her and want her to choose me, but I realize that it is up to her. I mean, I'm doing so much to try to show her that I really care, and she has just changed entirely, which is so understandable. Do any of you have any advice for how or and when I contact her, and even if I should? Okay, so let me see if I get this straight. You cheated on your ex 3 times and are really hoping that she'll take you back, and at the same time, they seem to be just enjoying life, having moved on, and with somebody that actually makes them happy, and likely has not cheated on them, and you're thinking that that person is the downgrade. Hate to break it to you, dude. They are doing so much better now that they have left you, so you might want to try to figure out what the heck you need to be doing with your life, pick up some common sense, and, maybe get your butt in motion. Really is weird, by the way, that out of all of that, you happen to say, yes, well, I'm so much more than him and everything. Yeah, dude, hate to break it to you. That doesn't deny the fact that you cheated 3 times on your ex, so, you know what? Suck it. If I had to pick between the person that cheated on me 3 times and somebody that actually makes me happy, hate to break it to you, it's not about looks. Am I the a-hole for going to a restaurant after learning that my friend was banned from it? I, 27F, recently went to Japan with 3 friends. Naomi, 27F, Ki, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, 27F, and Raj, 27M. We've all been friends for years, went to school, college together, and have common hobbies like yoga, and are pretty close. There was a restaurant that we were really excited about. We'd been recommended it because it was an underground place with unusual food, and sometimes smaller music artists performing. It sounded really cool, and was one of the things that we had all been looking forward to. When we arrived, the staff told Raj that he couldn't come in. They said he had been there before and always caused problems. Raj immediately denied this and said that they had him confused with someone else. I honestly didn't know what to believe. We'd been traveling together for most of the trip, but there was one night when Raj went out alone for a walk. I didn't question where he went because he's an adult, and we weren't attached at the hip. He had also been to Japan before. Raj was upset and suggested another restaurant. I understood why, but we had specifically gone looking for this place, and I really wanted to experience it. I told him I didn't think all four of us should miss out when only he had been refused entry. I said that he could go to the other restaurant and we'd catch up afterwards. Naomi said that she'd go with Raj because she liked his alternative, while Key came inside with me. I don't think Key or I ever were doing anything wrong. We weren't leaving Raj stranded. He had Naomi with him, somewhere else to go, and we had agreed to meet afterwards. The restaurant was really cool. The food was good, the music was interesting, and it ended up being one of my favorite experiences on the trip. We met back up with Raj and Naomi later that night. Since then, Raj has been cold towards me. Not openly hostile, but notably different. He's still talking to everyone, but much less warmly with me. What's weird is that he doesn't seem to have a problem with Key, even though she also chose to go inside. I'm wondering if it's because I was the one who did most of the talking with the staff and convinced everyone to stick with the original plan, which Key agreed on. But Key can make her own decisions. I also don't understand why Raj is making such a big deal out of this. It's not like I told him that he couldn't come or left him alone. The restaurant refused him, and I decided I still wanted to go inside. At the same time, maybe I'm being insensitive. I genuinely didn't know what else I was supposed to do. I didn't want to miss something that we had all been looking forward to. I just feel like I'm missing something about why he is specifically upset with me. Naomi went with him, so he wasn't alone. Key came with me, but he doesn't seem upset with her. We all agreed that we'd meet afterwards. We are normally really close, so I'm confused by how differently he is treating me now. Well, come to think of it, maybe it might be the fact that you were the initial one that said, oh yeah, you go and do your own thing. Us three, let's go enjoy the restaurant, which you four have been good close friends for a good while now. So you could kind of think that, yeah, this whole restaurant's nice and everything, but if your friend isn't able to come, then it would still be good to have them around and everything, so going to a different restaurant shouldn't be that big of a deal, right? It all just kind of seems you're abandoning your friend and wondering why they happen to not be too all gung-ho about it. Plus, also looking in the comments here, apparently there was a race factor that played into why they weren't allowed in the restaurant, so you still, even after that, are telling them, yeah, just go to a different restaurant, we'll catch up later. That don't seem right at all. Am I the a-hole for telling my friend that she won't get any of the desserts that I'm making after she refused to pay the increased cost? I, 22F, am in a 6-person group for a course project, including my friend, Georgia, 22F. We decided to make desserts as props for our presentations and eat them afterwards. I'm the one making everything. Cakes in jars, filled brownies, and Brazilian-style ice pops, geladinos, with several flavors. I initially estimated everyone's share to be around our $10 or US $10. One member's birthday is the day before the presentation, so we agreed the other 5 of us would cover their shares as gifts. The next day, I bought the ingredients I didn't already have. I severely underestimated the cost. It came out to $37.67 or US $7.40 per person if the other 4 split it, or $30.13, which is also US $6 if I contributed too. I also bought the packaging and the styrofoam cooler myself, which I didn't include in what I asked them to pay. Georgia objected because she had agreed to $10 $2 US, not our $30. She also said that she thought that we were the only paying for one dessert. Although, we had previously talked about the different desserts, and she'd specifically been excited about one of the strawberry cheesecake gelatinos. We argued. I told her that $10 had been an estimate, but she said the agreed amount was still different. I eventually admitted that she had a point, and that I should have made it clearer and checked with everyone before buying things when the price had increased so much. For context, Georgia and I work at the same company, earn about $1,300 or $255 a month, and I realize an unexpected $20 increase isn't necessarily insignificant. I offered to reduce everyone's contributions to $20 or US $4 and cover more of the cost myself. By then, we were both annoyed. I told her that if she kept complaining, I wouldn't make desserts. She said whether I made them was my choice. I replied that I would make them, but she wouldn't get any, and removed her from the group chat. I know that removing her was probably unnecessary, and I also shouldn't have bought everything before confirming a price that was 3 times my estimate. However, I'm still making all of these desserts myself, paying part of the ingredient cost plus all of the packaging and cooler expenses, transporting everything, and rearranging my schedule on presentation day to make it work. Georgia is not excluded from the actual project. She'll present normally with us. I've also decided that anyone else can opt out of paying for the desserts if they want, but they won't get any either. I feel bad about potentially having everyone eating the desserts except her, but I also don't think that I should make and pay for her share after she opted out. Am I the a-hole for saying that if she doesn't contribute, then she doesn't get any of the desserts? Edit. For clarification, the estimated price was decided as a group, and the others all understood that it was an amount that could vary, except for her. As I was buying these things and seeing the prices, I texted the group about it, but got no response, as I knew I could afford everything regardless. I bought everything and updated the shared price, if people still wanted to help me with the expenses. I only opted to cut her from eating the desserts I would be baking alone because of her complaining about a value that ultimately no one was forced to pay. Edit 2. I apologized to her profusely, and she forgave me. I also apologized to the rest of the group and took responsibility for covering the difference entirely. Everyone will only have to pay the amount we originally agreed on, and everyone will participate normally. Glad to say that ending up on r/AmITheDevil humbled me quite a bit, and all of your comments, even the rude but right ones, taught me a valuable but very expensive lesson. Thank you all. I'm hoping things get better between you and your friends. And yeah, there are life lessons to sometimes learn in these things. But with that, that's gonna have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, just hit the like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions. Let me know something good to happen to your day. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye!